Hello everyone and welcome to this video. In this video and the two next videos we will discuss the issue or the topic of subject-verb inversion. Okay, and in this video we will discuss the first case of subject-verb inversion, which is with question words. Now, what do you mean by subject-verb inversion? Now, the normal order of a sentence is we have the subject, then the verb. So the subject comes first, then it is followed by the verb. For example, she can swim very skillfully. So here we have the subject she, then we have can swim, which is the verb. Fine. Sometimes this order needs to be inverted. Means that we should put the verb before the subject. The verb should come before the subject. Now, an example or the first case for this case to happen is in questions. So no question is formed without making the inversion. For example, she can swim very skillfully. If you want to make it a question, we need to invert. Okay, so we need to put the helping verb can before the subject, making it can she swim skillfully. Okay, so as you can see here in the question, the helping verb can comes before the subject she, and this is mandatory, this is compulsory. It's not an optional case. No, it is compulsory. Okay, now let's have this sentence. He came early last night. Now, when we want to form a question for this sentence, it will become, did he come early last night? Okay, so here you can see the helping verb that comes before the subject he. Okay, while in the positive sentence, the ordinary sentence, we have the subject comes before the verb he came. Fine. Now regarding this sentence, you should pay attention to two things. The first one, as you can see, to form this sentence into a question, we need a helping verb. Okay, so we cannot invert the sentence like this. Came he early last night? Okay, came he early last night. So we cannot put the main verb came before the subject he. This is wrong. Now, when we invert a helping verb. We put the helping verb before the subject, not the main verb. Now here in this sentence, as you can see, we do not have a helping verb. He came early last night. We need to put a helping verb, and we can bring or create a helping verb depending on the tense of the sentence. Here, this sentence is simple past, so we need to take the past verb to do. Okay, so when there is no helping verb in the sentence and we need to form a question, we should go to verbs to do, and we choose the suitable verb to do from the three: do, did, and does, based on the tense of the sentence. So here, since this sentence is in the past, so the best helping verb is did, and that's why we put did. Okay, so did he come early last night? Fine. Okay, so never invert a main verb. Never invert a main verb like this sentence. This is totally wrong. So this is the first thing. The other thing, now as you can see, we invert and we change the place of a helping verb. Okay, so we do not touch the main verb. So as a question like did come he early last night also is wrong. Okay, we should not play with come, which is the main verb, should stay in its place. Okay, should remain unchanged. What we move is the did, the helping verb. Okay, so never invert like this. Did come he? Did he come? Okay, helping verb, subject, main verb. So these are two important points. Don't invert a main verb. Came he early, comes he early every day. Okay, so never invert a main verb, and when you invert, just invert the main verb. What comes after just invert the helping verb, invert the helping verb and what comes after this helping verb, the infinitive or the ing or whatever, remains in the place, okay, in its place, unchanged. Just move the helping verb and put it at the beginning, okay? So don't do or don't copy these two cases. Okay, now another important point. Now the rule that I discussed with you so far is applied to or applied on the two types of questions, the yes or no and the WH questions. So now the yes or no questions are clear and they are clearly recognized, but when it comes to WH questions, not every WH word introduces a question, okay? Sometimes it introduces a question, like here, when will your father come? Okay, here this is a question, fine, and thus we need to invert. When? Well, the helping verb and your father the subject. So here we need to invert, we must invert. We must put the helping verb will before the subject your father. But look at a sentence like this. I don't know when your father will come. Here, as you can see, we have when, which is a WH word, and normally it's used in questions, but here your father subject will come verb. As you can see, after when, here we have the normal order or the normal structure of a sentence. When, subject and verb, we do not invert. Why? So simply because here this is a sentence, it's not a question. Okay, here it is not a question. So how can we know that this is a question? Simply by having a question mark. So if we have a question mark, so this is a question, we need to invert. But here it is not a question, here it is a sentence, okay? And here, from the meaning also, the speaker didn't ask when about the time the father will come, okay? Here I don't know when your father will come. When your father will come is an object, okay? This is a complement after the verb. It's in the place of the object. It's a noun clause, okay? So it is not a question, and so easily you can recognize that it is not a question because there is no question mark. Fine. Now pay attention to a sentence like this. Here we have a question mark, but we do not invert here. As you can see, when your father will come. Here after when we have your father, okay, we have your father, which is the subject, and will come the verb. We do not invert. Why? Though there is a question mark. Yes, this is a question and the inversion happened here, okay? Can you tell me? Okay, here the question and the place of the inversion is here, okay? Can you tell me? So here we inverted can and you, the helping verb can and you. So the question is here. Here we should have the inversion. Now what about this? Okay, the WH word here, this is an object, okay? This is a noun clause in the place of the object. Here we can put any object after it. Can you tell me your number? Can you tell me your name? So here instead of your name or your number, we put when your father come. So here this is not a question. Here the question is here in this part, and we have an inversion. So pay attention to sentences or to questions like this. Fine. Now let's go to the exercise of the book. Fine. Now the first sentence. The phone company is not certain when will the new directories be ready. Okay, first of all, here, is it a question or a sentence? It is a sentence, so there is no need for the inversion. We should not invert. But as you can see, after when, okay, we have helping verb and the subject. So the sentence here is inverted. Thus, it is incorrect. Okay, here we should not invert. There is no question. It should be where the new directories will be ready. Fine. Number 2, the professor does not understand why so many students did poorly on the exam. Here also, this is a sentence. It's not a question, so there is no need for the inversion. So let's have a look and let's make sure that there is no inversion. Why? So many students. Subject, did is the verb, so there is no inversion. There's the subject and there is the verb, so the sentence is correct. Fine. How new students can get information about parking? Here, this is a question, so there should be inversion. Let's have a look. How new students can. Okay, here the sentence is incorrect because there should be inversion, because this is a question and the question is not inverted. We have the subject, new students, can, the helping verb. Okay, it should be, how can new students get information about parking? Fine. Number 4. Where is it cheapest to get typist copies printed? Fine. Here we have where, and this is a question. So after where we should have the helping verb. Yes, where is the helping verb? It subject. So there is inversion and the sentence is correct. Okay, here the helping verb is, or the verb to be is, comes before the subject it. Fine. Number 5. Only the pilot can tell you how far can the plane go on 1 tank of fuel. Okay, so only the pilot can tell you how far, this is the question word, can is the helping verb, the plane subject. Here it is inverted. Is it a question? No, it is not a question, it's a sentence. So there is no need for inversion, so the sentence is incorrect. Okay, here because it is inverted and there's no need for inversion. So it must be how far the plane can go. Okay, so it is incorrect. Fine. Number 6. What type of security does he prefer for his investments? Here, this is a question. Okay, now let's have a look. What type of security does he? So here we have inversion. The helping verb does comes before the subject he, so the sentence is correct. Fine. Number 7. Not even the bank president knows when the vault will be opened. Okay, now let's have a look at this, since this is the question word. When the vault subject will be opened, the verb. Okay, subject verb, not inverted. Fine. This is a sentence, so there's no need for inversion, and the sentence is not inverted, so it is correct. Fine. Number 8. How long it has been since you arrived in the United States? Fine. This is a question. Okay, so there should be inversion. Fine, let's see. How long? It has been. So it, the subject, has been the verb, so it is not inverted. That's why the sentence is incorrect. It should be, how long has it been? Okay, has should come before it. How long has it been since you arrived in the United States? Fine. Number 9. The jury doubts what the witness said under cross-examination. Fine. So here the question word, what? Here this is a sentence, it's not a question. Okay, so there should not be inversion. Okay, we should not have inversion here. So let's have a look. What? Now the witness is the subject, said is the verb, so it is not inverted, so the sentence is correct. There is no need for inversion. Now the last sentence. Do you know why he wants to take an extended leave of absence? Fine. Firstly, this is a question. Okay, and normally the inversion of a question comes at the beginning. So, do you. Okay, so it is inverted. We have do comes before you. Fine. So, why? Why here is a question word. Okay, a WH word. After it we have the subject, then we have the full verb wants. Okay, here there is no need for inversion because there is no question. Okay, yes, it is a question, but the inversion is here. Okay, so the sentence is correct. So, dear students, thank you so much for watching the video. I hope you understand the issue of subject verb inversion. You should take care of question words, and you should look after the question words. If the sentence ends with a question mark, so this is a question. Okay, so this is the first thing you should search for. Is the what I have in front of me a question or a sentence? If it is a question, there should be inversion. It is not a question. If it is an ordinary sentence, okay, so there should not be an inversion. Fine. So that's why, or that's how you can answer these questions. So the first step is see whether what you have in front of you is a sentence or a question. Thank you so much.